Hi Krishna, this is Nirali. Welcome to India today. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Krishna, you have been into fitness for a while now. I want to know how did your tryst with fitness begin at the first place?
I think it started when something in my mind just clicked and I felt like I needed to do something super transformational for myself. I feel like it's such an individual game, no one can give you that motivation or push you. It has to come from within. And I think I really just had this little bit of an epiphany. And it just happened for me one day, which was, I think, about 6 years ago now. And there's been no looking back ever since.
While growing up, who was your source of inspiration? Because your brother, Tiger, is also being into fitness for the longest time now, as we know.
Yeah. He, of course, has been, my inspiration. I mean, I always say I'm so blessed to be able to grow up, with someone like him. I mean, can you imagine living with a real life superhero? It's so much motivation and so much inspiration to look up to, and if I can strive to be just, I mean, half as amazing and just driven as he is, I feel like that would be a win in its own right for me.
I was reading one of your interviews where you spoke about your transformation from being a chubby kid to a fit girl. I want you to share some insight on the same.
Yeah, growing up, I was on the heavier side, and for a lot of my years growing up, I think till I was about 15 years old, I was always overweight. And at the time, I feel like I allowed a lot of these outside voices to really impact me and influence my mindset, but where a lot of people could feel defeated and sort of pulled down, I really use that as motivation and fuel. I always felt like,
Yeah, so I was reading one of your interviews, Krishna, where you spoke about your transformation from being a chubby kid to being a fit girl in your young age. I want you to share some insight on the same, on your inspiring transformation journey.
thank you so much. Yeah, growing up, I was a pretty overweight kid. I think till I was about 15 years old, and back then, there was a lot of negative. There were a lot of negative things that were being said, especially when I would go out with my father, and there was, media or paparazzi, and then photos being put out there. A lot of people felt like they had the right to comment or criticize or judge. And back then, when you're a very, young teenager, you're easily, I mean, outside voices can really impact you. But where that could actually have impacted me in a super negative way, I actually took it in my stride. I felt like, okay, I feel like I need to, work harder and maybe do something and prove the naysayers wrong. So even at that young age, I was extremely motivated from within to do better and strive to be better.
But I want to also share, how does your workout day look like, and what's the diet regime that you follow?
So my primary passion in the fitness game is strength training. I love strength and functional training. So I like to start my days with my workout, and I'm here in the gym for about an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. I feel like, being able to start my days with my workout really sets the tone for my day, and it sets it right. The days I'm unable to work out for any, reason, I'm quite a cranky bitch. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I definitely like to start my days with that. I get my strength and functional training out of the way in the morning because I feel the most energized at the time. And if I feel like I have, extra time to spare or just some extra energy to exert, I'll always like to fit in a cardio session in the evenings. When it comes to my nutrition plan, I promise you I'm not lying. I don't follow any diet. I've tried every fad diet in the world, just to see. I mean, to see what it does. And I really believe your nutrition has to become a lifestyle. It needs to become your lifestyle, and in that there's longevity because. Any of these fad diets, I mean, these crash diets, it's a 2-week plan. And then after that, you're getting back to your old cycle. And all, that discipline and that hard work just goes down the drain. So I think it's really important for people to understand you have to make your nutrition habit and lifestyle. And that's really when you'd see growth and, change consistently and for a long period of time.
But when you are not in a mood to work out or say follow anything in a day, what are the things that you gorge on? Like what do you have on your cheat days?
First of all, I'm always in the mood to work out. When I'm angry, when I'm sad, when I'm happy, it's my therapy. But what I love to binge on I think my favorite food to binge on is probably pizza. And I mean, I love my Nutella straight out the jar. Yeah.
But also at a very young age, you have ventured into entrepreneurship. I want you to share some light on how your association with MMA began, and in partnership with your brother.
Yeah. So I've been following the sport for over a decade now, almost 2 decades actually. No one was really in my family was really aware of the sport. My brother had practiced it growing up, but he was never a fan of the sport. He'd never watched it the way I watched it. And what I really got from these athletes, more than just the physicality, was their mental strength and the focus, the grit, the determination, the drive that these guys and girls possess really inspired me and really motivated me to do something for the sport, So, I mean, it really stemmed from a passion project. My brother and I got together. We started MMA Matrix as, a facility for people, not just professionals, but even you or I could come in here as a beginner and learn the sport and learn the discipline it gives you and kind of try to obtain those qualities. Other than that, it's also, a haven for all our professional athletes who lack the right infrastructure and, maybe the right promotion to kind of take their skill set to the next level, or the visibility, because I feel like there's so much talent that goes unnoticed in our country. So yeah, I mean, that was mainly the idea behind it.
And what was your dad's and your mom's advice when you decided to become an entrepreneur? Because your brother has followed the footsteps of your father, and I think you seem to be inspired by your mother because she is also a fitness enthusiast.
My mom's actually my training partner, Not a lot of people know this, but she is also a real life superhero. She keeps up with me at the gym every single day, and it's so inspiring to see her. Just the other day, I don't know if you saw my Instagram, but we had a little bit of a plank challenge, and she beat me. I was pissed, I'm not gonna lie, but she's probably the only person I'd let beat me or be happy with beating me. So it's very motivating, and I mean, I'm blessed to have that inspiration in my household, from all 3 of them. I think they're all really proud. I think my brother and I have always been very strong-headed in the sense that, we want to do what we truly feel passionate about. And he's killing it in his game, and, I'm hoping to be one of the pioneers in mine.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Krishna, for taking your time out and doing this interaction. It was a pleasure to have you here, and it was a pleasure to seeing your gym, which is a nice place to be in.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And come join me for a workout anytime.
That definitely.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.